When a teen in foster care reaches out to a biological mom, it's usually the younger version of them leading the way, the child who still hopes the story can change. But reconnection can go beautifully, or it can reopen old wounds instantly. That's why they should never do it alone. A therapist, caseworker, or caregiver needs to walk beside them to help them prepare, set expectations, and process whatever happens afterward. Because whether the reconnection brings healing or heartbreak, the teen deserves someone steady to hold their reality with them. Hi everyone, I'm Nori, and my AI twin sister Nora, and together we explore trauma, healing, and the inner world of children and teens who are growing up in foster care. Today we're talking about something deeply emotional, deeply human, and often misunderstood. Why so many teens in foster care still long to reconnect with their mothers, even if the relationship was painful, chaotic, or unsafe. This longing is universal, it's psychological, it's biological, and it deserves compassion, not judgment. And in this video, we're going to talk about why this pull is so strong, how the reunification fantasy forms, and why any attempt at reconnection must be supported by a therapist and guided gently, whether it leads to healing or heartbreak. 1. The deep pull toward a parent. For teens in foster care, the bond with their biological mother carries an enormous emotional weight, a weight that doesn't disappear just because the relationship was unstable, even when there was neglect, even when there was inconsistency, even when there was abuse. A child's nervous system is still wired to seek connection with the person who gave them life. This pull isn't naive, it's not denial, it's attachment, the most ancient instinct in the human body. The brain is built to see the mother as safety, even when safety was never something she could fully provide. And children, especially teens, can hold two truths at the very same time. My mom hurt me, and I still want her. These truths don't cancel each other out. They sit side by side, revealing just how layered, painful, and complex trauma truly is. 2. The reunification fantasy. Many teens carry a quiet, private fantasy tucked deep inside their hearts. If I can just talk to her, if she could just see me now, if we could connect one more time, maybe things would finally be different. This isn't immaturity. It isn't magical thinking. It's the mind trying to finish a story that ended far too abruptly, a story that still feels unfinished in their nervous system. Teens long for things every human deserves: closure, understanding, and sometimes just the chance to hear, "I love you" again. Even when the relationship was harmful, the emotional longing remains real and powerful. And adults who respond with judgment or shame, who say, "Why would you want that?" or "Just forget her," don't protect the teen. They deepen the wound and silence their grief. Because that longing isn't foolishness. It's the heart reaching back toward the place it came from, hoping for even a little bit of healing. 3. The risk, the inner child leading the way. When a teen reaches out to a biological parent on their own, especially without any emotional support, it's rarely the present-day teenager behind the wheel. It's usually the younger versions of themselves taking over. The 6-year-old who wanted to be held, the 9-year-old who wished their mom was sober, the 12-year-old who wanted someone to show up at their school event. These younger selves still live inside the teen, and when the chance for reconnection appears, the heart doesn't remember the danger, it remembers the desire. That's why unsupervised reunification can trigger emotional collapse, panic, shame, self-blame, anger, confusion, even depression. And without guidance, the teen may absorb all of that pain as if it's their fault, instead of seeing that the interaction itself simply wasn't safe or ready for them. 4. Why the support is not negotiable. When a teen expresses the desire to reconnect with a biological mother, the role of a therapist becomes absolutely essential. Not to interfere, not to block the connection, but to gently walk alongside it. A therapist helps the teen prepare emotionally, practice grounding skills, and understand what they're hoping for and what they're afraid of. They help set realistic expectations, explore all possible outcomes, and keep the teen connected to a sense of internal safety, no matter what happens. And the caseworker or foster parent plays a different but equally crucial role. They should never dismiss the longing or treat it like a betrayal. Instead, they become the anchor, the steady, regulated presence that holds the teen through uncertainty. Because whether reunification leads to healing, to a few meaningful conversations, or to a painful collapse, the teen must not face that moment alone. 5. What can go right? Sometimes reconnection with a biological mother opens a door the teen never thought possible. There can be healing tears, the kind that soften years of silence. There can be apologies, genuine ones, where the mother finally acknowledges the pain her child carried alone. There can be moments of recognition where both sides see the hurt honestly for the first time. Reconnecting can bring new understanding, the beginning of healthier boundaries, or even a slow, steady rebuilding of a relationship that once felt lost. These moments can be life-changing. They can help a teen rewrite the story they've held inside for years. From "my mom didn't want me" to "my mom was struggling more than I understood." Not all mothers are capable of repair, but some truly are. And when those moments of healing do appear, they matter more than most people realize. 6. What can go wrong? Reconnecting with a biological mother can be powerful, but it can also be painful in ways a teen may not be prepared for. Sometimes the parent reacts with blame or denies the past entirely, or they show up intoxicated, distracted, or emotionally unavailable. In some cases, they simply don't show up at all, and that absence can hit harder the second time. These moments can stir up old wounds instantly: the shame of not feeling wanted, the fear of being forgotten, the confusion of mixed messages, or the anger of being hurt all over again. Without support, a teen may start believing the pain is their fault, that they weren't enough, that they should have been different, that they caused the disappointment. This is why guided, supported reconnection is so crucial. Because when things go wrong, and they sometimes do, the teen needs someone steady to remind them the outcome is not a reflection of their worth. 7. Walking with the teen through the journey. Whether reconnection becomes a beautiful moment of healing or a painful reminder of old wounds, the role of supportive adults stays exactly the same. You stay present, you stay regulated. You offer calm when their emotions feel overwhelming. You validate their longing instead of shaming it. You give them permission to feel heartbroken, hopeful, confused, or angry. Whatever comes up is welcome. You don't rush them toward forgiveness, and you don't rush them toward letting go. You simply walk beside them as they try to understand what this reconnection meant and what it didn't mean. Because teens in foster care aren't just searching for answers, they're searching for someone steady enough to hold their truth with them. And that steady companionship, that willingness to stay in the story with them, is often where the real healing finally begins. If you're a foster parent, a caregiver, or a professional walking alongside a teen through this process, I want you to hold on to one truth. Their longing is not a betrayal. It is a wound speaking, a tender, aching part of them whispering, "I still want to understand where I come from." When a teen reaches toward their biological mother, whether they're seeking love, closure, answers, or simply to feel seen, they are reaching toward the deepest part of themselves. They are trying to make sense of the story that shaped them. And no young person should ever be left to walk that path alone. They need someone steady, regulated, and compassionate to hold space while they search for truth, whatever that truth may be. I'm Nori and my AI twin sister Nora, and we're here to bring clarity and compassion to the places where trauma and love collide. If this video brought insight or support, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments, how can we better support teens searching for family connection?